大家好，歡迎收睇《game play HK 廿一樽》，繼續刺客教條維京紀元。嗱，上集咧我哋就去完一個新嘅地方啦，尤維克郡啊。咁當地嘅領主其實應該都就嚟死噶啦，我覺得佢一嚟佢中完毒啦，其實喺當年咧係冇得救噶；二嚟佢疑心又咁重，根本就信唔到人。佢嗰個地區遲早都會俾我哋吞併嘅啫。嗱，而家繼續遊戲啦，首先就要翻去長屋呢度報告先啦。同埋長屋呢度好似有啲特別嘢喎，望一望先，翻我哋間房。
Looks like I have a new letter.
原來可以心有信啊，應該有啲特別嘢嘅，睇一睇先。收到另一封基督貧苦騎士寫嘅信，可能發現一啲新嘅目標。我哋得閒就去據點揾佢。
I should speak with Hytham.
咁另外白斯坦呢？送咗啲嘢俾我，呢把弓我哋一定會中意嘅。哇，多謝喎，係咪真係呢把啊？嗱，啱啱收到嘅就係呢把啦，獵人弓嚟嘅，每次攻擊成功命中咧都可以暫時提升呢個攻擊力，以為其實唔錯㗎喎。
Good. Jorvik is now free of the Order's influence.
Brilliant as ever, my friend. Thank you for all you have done. Ah, here is something for you. An odd letter arrived a few days ago, signed by one calling himself...
A poor fellow soldier of Christ.
That's right. Someone you know.
Not by sight, but this soldier has intimate knowledge of the Order. He's the reason I have found them so easily in the cities.
The letter says you must travel to Winchester, visit God's house and look for a man in white. Then recite this passage. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
All right. I'll speak with Ranvi, get a fuller picture of all this.
Do you need something?
神秘嘅密碼呢個人，我哋應該都真係要去會會佢嘅。不過翻去復咗名先。
I entered Jorvikshire to meet Halfdan Jarl, and I left a friend of Halfdan the King. We have an oath at last.
Good. Very good.
嗱，好啦，而家咧我哋需要結盟嘅地方得翻兩個，一個就係諾丁漢郡啦，另一個咧就係溫切斯特。咁頭先我哋接到可以審一啲新嘅任務，咁啱都係要嚟呢度嘅，咁我哋不如直接過嚟啦。
Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
呢度會敵視我哋，仲要我哋唔好張揚，同其他地區嘅玩法有啲唔同喎。
I'll make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
希望今次呢個任務會有趣啲啦，出發！嚟到溫切斯特啦。
Won't be gentle if they spot me.
咁其實呢度發展係唔錯嘅喎，你睇呢度係起晒城牆咁樣，因為阿弗烈王佢個據點就喺呢度啊。咁點啫？正門又唔俾，行呢邊咯。
The seat of King Alfred's power, where hawkshit stains my boots.
死啦！俾人發現添。匿埋先，匿埋先。咁樣就應該冇人見到我啦。
This must be the house of their timid god. They built him a rich dwelling.
應該就咁入去就得噶咯喎，係咪咧？係啦，就喺呢度啫。
A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house, in search of Christ's redemption, I hope.
Your Christ can wait his turn. It's you I've come to see.
Is that so?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them.
I do, but I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord.
我哋都係升一升鬥具會比較簡單啲，因為要 level 4嘅啫。但係都八卦，邊度會有佢啲事蹟呢？
If I must dance to your tune, tell me where to step.
In books one may find such wisdom. We had many in England, before the Danes burned our churches. A few yet remain nearby. Or perhaps a more pious soul in need of charity will reward you with a lesson.
我哋之後再返嚟啦。
I have nothing for you now, but I will return.
Even the mighty fall, and God's servant the
唔
bishop
係喎，我哋揾出基督嘅事蹟好似仲好喎，係咪咧？
He was a man of surpassing vigor, well versed in the Bible.
He bathed in the river, so a gentle wash brings them closer to their God.
呢個係受洗嘅故事嚟嘅，好。跟住呢邊，哇，周圍咁多鎖匙嘅喂。
He rose from the dead. A nice trick, and not easily done.
呢個就係復活節嘅由來啦。
I give praise to such a man to keepsake his memory.
仲有。
Their God brings them light, just as Balder does. Light as bright as the summer sun.
OK， 收集完畢。
Speak the deeds of Christ in order.
嗱，呢度第一個選項應該就係基督受洗咗先啦。
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
跟住就係好似太陽咁閃耀啦。
On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
最後復活。
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection. And Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Well spoken.
Are the riddles done?
That is not for me to decide, for I am not the one who summoned you. If you follow, I will lead you to him.
原來呢個只不過傳話人嚟嘅咋？咁究竟揾我哋嘅邊個呢？
I solved your riddle. Now all I get is silence. Who am I to meet?
Shh. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush. Your prattling offends God's ears. We're here.
你等陣先啦，我見到嘢睇啊！歷史嘅思考同探求，冇乜特別啫喎。佢呢度就講緊呢座教堂係點樣嚟嘅。好，入去呢度。
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul throngs, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
我哋係咪應該讚下佢先呢？咁中意講謎語嘅呢個人。
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama?
阿弗烈王。
You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke was an enemy of Wessex, but it seems someone has already removed her threat from my lands.
If you did not hear it was me, you have now.
Impressive. The Order of Ancients has surely been crippled by her loss.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this and little more.
原來阿弗烈王係咁樣利用我哋去剷除上古為罪者。
This letter, signed by one who calls himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ, warns of a plot against my life.
The gallows, the quill, the Sikhs, free men eager to kill you.
2 now. The Bishop Aelfirth is dead. He was the Sikhs, so far as I can tell.
And a humble servant of your god. That must sting.
Still, his death has strengthened Christian fellowship in
阿弗烈
Winchester.
王的危機啊個 title
I
係。
pray the deaths of his colleagues will do the same.
做乜成日都唔中意人哋個神啫？不如問下佢點解咁信我哋好過啦。
You have faced warriors like me many times before, and many times you have lost or been cheated. Why trust me now?
I have men in London and Jorvik. Men who send me reports on the rise and fall of the tides of war. Not long ago, men and women of some influence were murdered in those places. In oddly specific circumstances. When I received this letter from our poor fellow soldier, it did not take long to work out why. I don't know your motive, nor what you hope to gain. All I ask is that you finish the work you have begun, before these fallen souls infest England further.
I should let the order kill you. It would speed our conquest of England.
You may remove the organs of state. The cancer will remain.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. As much as you can carry. This morning, my reeve, Goodwin, was not at his post.
係為罪者嘅一員，
A man you trust?
但係被失蹤呢？
Goodwin was following the clues given in this letter when he disappeared.
Where was he last seen?
At his house, by the west gate. You may find something there. Eivor, compose yourself while you are my guest. My city is not a battlefield.
Not yet, great king, but the day will come.
咁我哋始終都係維京人啦。原本我以為咧佢係會同我哋敵對，但係原來唔係嘅喎。你又真係估唔到 UB 會咁樣寫。嗱，我哋要去嘅就係前面呢個地方，裏面有條鎖匙可以攞喎。我哋睇下點樣可以入去，但係又唔驚動到人先。
That Selwyn's got some stones on him arresting Alfred's man. Who rules in Winchester anyway? Is Alfred king or not?
Well, you ain't, that's for sure. So keep your mouth shut and do as you're told.
Shut your mouth, yeah? Unless you want yours to rot off in the keep.
Goodwin gone, and guards sniffing around. So where would they have taken him?
我哋真係要懟冧佢，啱唔啱規矩㗎？唉，都冇計㗎啦，算啦。 再掟，鬼叫佢哋阻住我做嘢咩？係咪？呢個都要鋸埋先。你得一個線索喺呢度，又得唔鋸嘅咩？
Swindler! A pond full of piss! I'm happy to oblige!
蔡德瑞克係邊個咧？唔好理佢住。
Someone disagrees with Alfred educating the people of Winchester.
全部都係啲侮辱人嘅字句嚟嘅喎。 上邊有嘢攞嘅，呢張咧
Papers thrown on the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks, or the guards destroying evidence.
我諗佢應該會知道上古為罪者嘅身份係咩咯。 好，到呢個
Broken bowls, food scattered. They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison.
就咁咋？古德溫原來就喺呢一座城寨裏面，咁一定係困咗喺裏面嗰座塔度啦。過去揾佢先。
Help! Someone help me! Please!
入到嚟呢度，發現有啲人係要救嘅喎，咦？咁呢位係做咩啊？殺得㗎？又唔係喎，只係自己有喎。其實係個坐標錯咗，困咗喺個籠外面咯。
You have felling trees, chiseling rock from the earth, and for what? To build more prisons for men who steal apples.
話想點啊？咁啲人困喺個籠外面。
I am looking for the reeve.
Selwyn? That bastard said I stole an apple.
I was starving. My baby son close to
Not
death.
Selwyn,
Would
Reeve
you not
Goodwin
steal to save your
was
child?
arrested not long ago.
Alfred's man? Arrested? Now that's as funny as a dose of the pox. Seems no one is free in Winchester.
呢度係亂咁困人嘅喎，發覺。話咁易就已經清理完呢度啲守衛啦。咁咧，我發現地下有嘢要調查啦，上層都有，咁就去咗下層先。通常運俘虜都係運下層噶嘛，係嘛？攞翻個火把出嚟，係啦，呢度係監牢嚟嘅。
A Dane in Winchester. These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was, and you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us. If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I will find your research. Now go before they find their wolf has fled his cage.
咁我諗應該喺上層，因為我見到上層咧仲有啲藍色嘅。
Let's regroup beyond the walls.
咦？呢張會唔會係咧
Reeve Selwyn ordered executions for petty theft and mudslinging. A husband and wife to be carried out soon.
咁好似唔係啲咩特別嘢嚟啫喎。好，呢間房冇啦，我哋再去下層睇睇。咦？喂，我想攞嘅喺對面喎。啊，我知啦，複雜啲，開咗呢隻門先。好啦，頭先開嘅就係呢隻門啦。
Goodwin's research against the Order of Ancients.
咦喂，咁哈羅德會唔會係我哋嘅目標嚟㗎？模型絞刑台嘅結果就係咁樣俾人殺咗啦。而真正嘅絞刑台應該係一個行政官嚟嘅，係一個公眾人物，表面上就反對阿佛烈嘅改革。調查繼續做好多頁，但我冇咯喎。OK， 線索揾晒，跟住就翻去揾阿古德溫啦。
I am grateful for your help.
喂，你仲有幾版紙嘅資料喎？係咪會俾埋我睇咧
It's a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favored Reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but deviled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They're dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name doesn't rattle some recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our three heretics smoulder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
咁我哋講翻啲正題啦。 我諗首先咧講下鵝毛筆嘅嘢會好啲。
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
Alfred believes at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was the Sikhs.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
點解佢識日文嘅喂？英文嚟㗎。好啦，跟住講埋絞刑台啦。
The gallows? What do you know of him?
Must be another Reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice, and this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn. Of course. That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
咁又係，通常呢啲咧濫用權力嘅衰人咧，佢就會列做一啲罪名去剷除佢嘅對手，又或者佢唔中意嘅人啦。所以乜嘢條例係冇乜所謂嘅，求其有個名俾佢用咁就 O K 噶啦。既然係咁，我哋都送佢上絞刑台啦，好冇？
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
嗱，唔使審，個主教一定都係上古為佢者啲人嚟㗎啦。
Your wife is a baying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
把口啊講乜嘢秩序，製造混亂嘅先係佢哋啊！
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
喂，我哋唔係齋睇唔出手啊嘛？佢完全唔覺得自己有問題嘅喎。
There are rats in the grain store, and Alfred has set the traps. You cannot steal and be welcome at our hearts. You cannot slander and keep your tongue. You cannot walk freely through our streets, mocking our Lord.
Does Alfred not do something? Selwyn's bloodlust will doom us all.
嗱，再爆佢會死㗎啦！呢個咁嘅區方旗戰士嚟，嗱咁啊飛落地下啦，再堆一堆嘢，會冇事企翻起身，即係咁重甲冇用嘅，嗱咁啊搞掂咗啦。 喂，後邊仲有，抵死啦！攻擊我，你啲咁嘅卒仔嚇，明知嗰班係衰人，你都去幫佢。咦？唔可以解開佢條繩嘅喂！哎呀！嗱，唔關我事啊！嗰下爆炸係佢造成㗎。攻擊我啦！ 仲有你，擋到你嘅。哎呀，我應該踩佢先啱，算啦。確認擊殺。
Perverter of justice.
Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil, but you do not see clearly. Alfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few? To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove.
You grind your heels into the backs of freed men, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the ancient ones.
啱啦，吊佢上去啦，唔好俾佢死喎。
You are only a man, Reed. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree. I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
跟住落嚟會唔會係揾個主教咧？唔知。
A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
呢個小妹妹好夠膽啊！
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow.
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
嗱，頭先個上古遺罪者其實都係抵死㗎啦，加上佢威脅到阿佛烈王嘅性命啊嘛，咁所以其實佢應該要多謝我哋係照佢講嘅去做嘅啫喎。
I did only what I agreed to, Alfred. If your crown now weighs heavy, I would gladly take it from you.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains. What do we know?
The decay of learning has been gentle in Wessex. We enjoy the office of wise men, but we have neglected the study of wisdom.
The quill preys on this lapse.
Did you discover more from the writings I found?
I did. The quill is calling the children of Winchester to arms. Now we know why so many children scurry through the streets, feral and untutored.
I can talk to some, see where they lead me.
Good. Find me at the alehouse when you're done. And try not to scare the piss from any of them.
We Norse are the monsters of your Saxon mother's bedtime tales. I promise nothing.
唔係喎，我哋 I 屋2對啲小朋友其實咧係好好嘅喎，都未試過嚇親佢哋嘅。
I see you, child. Come.
The bad Reeve, Selwyn. I saw you punish him in the square.
He hurt many people.
Yes. He hurt my mother to death. Then took her good luck charm. Perhaps you found it? A little carved tree. It is all I have to remember her by.
吓，我有錢要俾你，無啦啦俾錢佢做咩啊
？Such a sad story. Take this. Perhaps it'll keep you off the streets and out of trouble.
For me? Oh, thank you.
Spry little mouse. Will you lead me to your quill?
Heaven will swallow.
哦，我知啦，呢個小朋友上古遺罪者啲手下吓，小朋友啊，唔係，佢只不過係俾鵝毛筆教壞咗啫。
Do you believe in souls? A part of us that lives on with God after we die. Bishop Aelfirth's passing has made me wonder.
到咗咯喎，原來。
Schon mal ist das Schicksal denn es sind.
冇對話選項喎。有啦。
Get off me, you oaf! Stop struggling and give back that apple. Apple? I didn't scrub on nothing. Get your fat hands off me, cow breath. He's going to fall.
唔好意思，你發現咗我，所以你要死。
No.
Stealing apples, eh?
Fruit don't feed a grown boy. Do you have any chicken?
I don't, but maybe you can tell me what you know of the quill.
The quill? God blimey, you're brave. Find Alwyn and Wigbert. They see everything.
哇！呢個小朋友啲動作同埋戲好假咯，好冇？你跟住到呢個。喂，唔好走住，小朋友，等埋我。
You there, little cut purse.
Keep your beak out, nosy! I'm starving!
嚇就咁咋？我係咪應該要跟住佢啊？
Gods be it! You'll set Winchester ablaze!
Roly-poly mutton man, you can't catch me!
哇！呢個鵝毛筆真係教到啲小朋友
God
壞
help
晒。
me! I'd rather be shoveling dung in Malvern again.
佢哋又偷嘢又食，乜嘢都夠咁做嘅喎。不過又係嘅，佢哋唔讀書冇知識啊嘛，咁先至容易操控嘅。揾到啦！
You again? You should mind your own beeswax.
Elwyn, is it? You wield fire like the flaming Jotnar.
It was burning when I found it. Hot days like this, things just go whoosh. Well?
做咩咁驚啊？
Oi! Wigbert! You great moon calf!
Hand it over, Alwyn. We saw your little shadow take it. What you looking at?
俾錢佢，佢想死啊！真係。哎呀，鬥佢唔夠 level 4，算啦，同佢打過啦。
I'm not sure. Looks like an old lady's been rolling in shit with all the other ugly sows. Hawking a dress, maybe?
Gonna stick you.
想攻擊我，都唔睇下自己個背脊。哇！你企咁高做咩啊？你以為企咁高，我就攻擊唔到你嘅啦咩？好搞掂。
That showed them.
你哋唔係應該好驚先啦？
Trouble seems to follow you.
And I wriggle out of it like a slippery eel. Why are you following me?
其實我哋揾人嘅。
I'm looking for the quill. So I'm asking you, his little worker bees.
Us? Working for the quill? Shows what you know.
Is that so?
I am innocent as a lamb. They were the quill's thugs and you killed them. Wouldn't want to be in your boots.
It sounds like you owe me your life.
This one's brave and strong. Might be able to help us.
So you're not working for the quill?
We steal to stay alive and out of the quill's clutches.
But you know where I can find him.
They come up from the sewers like rats. Go on, give her what you took. Maybe she can save us.
咁即係話呢班小朋友應該係喺鵝毛筆嘅手上面偷嘢嚟食㗎咯喎，我覺得係。
Good luck, Dane. Try not to get maimed and all that.
睇嚟我哋好似怪錯咗佢咁走啦。
I should watch out for a mousetrap.
裏面好似好多人可以傾偈咁嘅。哇！全部都係小朋友嚟嘅。
I didn't get nothing today.
喂，你知唔知鵝毛筆喺邊啊？
There's never enough food. I'm always starving.
擺低先。
Come
on then.
喂，搞錯啊！咁樣都唔中。喂，頭先得嘅喎，搞咩啊？咁大個窿之前飛唔到出去，得啦。
Not getting away, fool!
揸住個火把有時真係好煩。哎呀，迴避先，沈麗莎係嘛？搞掂。哇！呢度好似個迷宮咁啊，錯綜複雜，要揾人都要花啲時間。咦？應該到咯喎！
Now, Elwyn. Few have the wit that you and I possess. Most see the world in simpler terms, where we are the weaker sex.
A broodmare who preys on innocence and you brag about strength.
How little you know. Defend your mistress!
有啲咩人過嚟啊
Not good. No mercy, rats.
哦，原來你喺上邊，我睇下可唔可以上到去先。
Alpha, may your roof shield me.
哦，你，邊個俾你走啊？哎呀，搞掂。哇！嚟一笨巨人，哎呀，佢真係埋嚟喎！哇，仲有一隻啊，原來，哎，正經啊，懟冧佢先。有一個，跟住第二個放毒。咦？落把先，迴避。嗱，用咗毒佢弱咗，咁咪易打咯。死啦！打完長交，我發覺咧，我好似中北，因為佢條屍跌咗落後面。喂，究竟呢個位我去唔去到㗎？你等陣先，呢度有嘢睇。破爛嘅自白，阿佛烈王請佢幫手寫詩啊！原來。嗱，咁好啦，跟住落嚟，我要睇下究竟有冇方法可以行到去佢跌咗落去嘅地方。如果唔得嘅話咧，我就要 load save 翻嚟再打過啦。嗱，好啦 ，load 咗 save 之後咧，終於都可以俾佢條屍出現翻嚇，唔使匿埋喺個角落頭度。
Come, child, whisper what you've learned, and Mother will give you a treat.
Coward! Using children to spy and steal for your order.
To educate them. Give me a child until he is 7, and I will give you the man. Or woman.
你係摧毀咗佢一生咋？
What use are letters when a child can only write his name in pig shit? Or wisdom in a woman when she cannot wield it beyond her hearth? I taught little Alwyn so much more. Saved her from a life less worthy. She will find enlightenment in the Order, just as I did. If I could save them all, I would.
But you can't. You have corrupted too many to save too few.
My way forward. It can quench our thirst for knowledge. If only Alfred's slave faith is defeated. And what would you sacrifice for infinite knowledge?
An immeasurable gift. Why refuse it?
我發覺奧丁佢一直都係一個向利益看嘅角色嚟嘅。
Not their innocence.
A pity. Non requiescat in pace.
Goodwin said to meet him at an alehouse nearby.
喂，我哋又剷除咗一個上古為罪者啦。哇！日光日白飲到咁醉嘅喂。
Is this where Justice hides when she's tired?
Hides? Splood, no. This is a wake, my friend. A celebration to ease the quill on her way to eternal damnation.
You heard?
Hilda's were not the only eyes in Winchester. My spies tell me stories of an avenging angel striking down the unworthy.
I have been called worse.
Be thou hail, Ealdor. That's life destroyer in our dialect.
I said easy with my kinsbane. Old honey waves alive in my horn, and my eyes on the door, expecting my death, yet unafraid.
You're quite safe with me, Dane. For now. If the mead is fresh and the air is cool, you may often find a friend even amongst your enemies.
嗱，其實一個行政官日光日白喺度飲酒，究竟你個職責係做咩嘅咧
What does a reeve do exactly? Besides sniff around the king's coattails for the scent of praise.
I enforce and interpret the laws here. Not man's, but God's law. The natural laws that move the world and hold it together.
Well, if it keeps you busy.
I must thank you before the ale dulls me. By cutting the order down to size, you have given England a hope of unity. It must be a sour apple to swallow, knowing that you are the last of Winchester's enemies.
佢咁講即係話薩克斯劍已死，我唔係好信咯。
Are you sure the Sikhs is dead?
The bishop is dead, that's certain. And if the bishop was the Sikhs is dead. A transitive property of mortality, you see.
I don't believe it. Too much theatre in Winchester. Overwrought players and wailing women.
Well, you could pay your respects and see for yourself. The funeral is today.
If he rots, I will leave with my silver. But if he lives, there's work to be done.
Watch your step, Eivor. He'll be a hefty corpse in death. Alive, he'd be much bigger. Whether you find or make a corpse, meet me at the Witten with your report.
好啦，而家就去參加主教嘅葬禮，會夾得咁啱時間都有嘅。定係呢個葬禮根本就係想引我哋出嚟咧
If the bishop is Wormmeal, then here should be the proof.
哇，好多人可以傾喎。係咪全部都要講㗎？啊，唔係嘅，一部分嘅啫。首先呢個先。
A stranger comes to Wember.
You do not mourn like they do.
Wember is always here, helping the sleeping, singing to them, so they are not frightened before they meet God.
The sleeping? You mean the dead?
Wember helps the monks. Dig, dig, dig.
You dig the graves. Did you bury Elfirth?
Have you seen Layoff? My poor friend. Poor Layoff.
即係死嘅人應該叫列奧夫先啱。佢咁傷心啦，我哋問一問究竟呢個 friend 最後去過邊度啊
Layoff. What happened to him?
Sleeping. Sleeping like my dog when I hugged him too hard.
Someone hurt Layoff?
Yes. And while he slept, they stole his face.
好，咁跟住咧，我頭先睇到呢度都有啲嘢嘅。
Threadbare clothes. Did they belong to Wimber's friend?
我哋要唔要挖開呢一度睇睇啊？但係好似冇呢個選項喎。咁呢個女人咧
Grant, my brother. Do you not see? I am in prayer.
May we speak of your brother's death?
Have you no shame? Leave me.
我諗我哋真係要升一升個鬥句啦，因為咧我哋可以說服佢，或俾佢知佢阿哥仲生存緊。
I will leave you.
Lord grant my brother Aelfir eternal bliss, where joy endures for all those beloved of God.
檢查埋呢具屍
The
體
face
先
is。burned, and his clothes don't seem to fit his frail body. It could be Wemba's friend. And this corpse's build is slight, frail. Goodwin said Aelfirth was a brute.
我都話㗎啦。
His funeral is a shadow play. The Order killed an innocent, burned his face so no one could tell, and interred him in Aelfirth's place. His sister knows more than she lets on.
咁傾多次偈。
What now?
A pretty show you have laid on here, but I know the truth.
You would dare speak to me? When my poor brother Aelfirth lies cold in his shroud.
Your brother is the Sikhs, and no more dead than I am.
Heresy. My brother was the Bishop of Winchester.
When Goodwin got too close to the truth about your brother's place in the Order, you buried him. Or rather, you buried another in his place. The poor gravedigger's friend. Burning his face so no one would know.
How did you... No, I...
你自己講出嚟啦，唔好講大話啦。
Your brother is not in that crypt. Tell me where he is before more lives are lost.
I will not tell you anymore. Guards! All right, have your way. They won't do you any good. Guards, protect me.
Time has come for
我仲以為啲守衛唔識過嚟添，原來喺呢度。
Keep the rat busy.
劈我背脊。哎呀，你個衰中毒嘅喎，我睇呢個打。預備先。呢幾個都推手啊，仲要唔係精英啊，邊夠打㗎？睇下，咁啊死咗啦！你啲守衛死晒咯喎！
Enough of this, cat and mouse. Where is your brother, the one they call the Sikhs?
He is a ghost now, but he will make himself flesh once more at the Witten. And Alfred will be king no more.
He means to kill Alfred?
Regicide? No. The king will step aside and Aelfirth will lead us all, risen and resplendent as the Lord.
You are a damned fool.
想謀權篡位，你發夢啦！
Tabas en feli solo tumuit armis venit pluviali. Vel fortibus auida mores
In the past, Anglo-Saxons prospered in both warfare and wisdom, but the decay of English prose...
The Sikhs must be hiding in the crowd, biding his time to strike at Alfred.
...lettered their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Aelfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds like cockles and tare in a field of wheat. Education, wisdom, enlightened thought. This will raise us above the sins of our fathers. These I will demand of the next Bishop of Winchester. And so we meet to discuss all worthy candidates and choose the man who will shepherd our flock.
The king is mine!
By God, it's true. The bishop lives.
Stand down.
The king is alive!
God save us!
Target! Why do you spend this on his crown?
Enough, you scheming cur!
Greater men than you have died on my sword.
好過嚟，好撬嗰隻，哇迴避。
Any last words, your gods?
再掟多嘢先。 想驚我，搞掂啦！
How sweet is the shepherd's pipe when he calls his lambs to slaughter. I was born to Christians in the northern wilds. My mother would cradle me beneath the stars and whisper, dove-like, God watches over you. Then your people came. And God fixed his stout eye as they slit her throat for a copper ring. No stars threw down their spears as barbarians smeared her blood through fields of broken wheat. God watched all, and I hated him.
所以佢就唔信神，加入咗上古人嘅嘢。
It may be Alfred's God was testing you. A trial you failed.
Alfred's God is weak. Yet he would chain us all in his service, from our first breath to our death rattle. My order wishes to break these mind-forged manacles. I am the wolf in lamb's wool.
He takes on the role of a god himself. A worthy path to walk.
A wolf is but a walking feast for ravens.
One more gift for you, Dane. A deadly truth, if you can find it. With my death, the Order will not die. It will only transform into something far worse for all of us.
佢呢啲係咪叫做自掘墳墓咧？自己行入個墳墓裏面死。
Alfred will not cheat Loki's dread daughter twice.
I owe you my life.
An irony not lost on me, Alfred.
My king will go by back streets to the old minster. Eivor may find us there when all has settled.
究竟呢條鎖匙係打開邊一度嘅咧
Aelfus, my love! No! Curse you, Dane! My brother served God.
佢企圖殺死你個國王喎，但係
He wrapped himself in a death cloak to murder your king.
Shouldn't you rejoice at the death of a king? You are a heathen and a devil.
We both have more questions than answers. But if you know this key, perhaps we can help one another. Where is its home?
You treated me with kindness, but this damned order, their machinations killed my brother, so the rest may rot. Take this key to the ruins beneath the bishop's house. You may find answers there.
主教屋企地底有啲嘢收埋。
Surely driven your hair and then win us a Werian.
If Aelfir's sister spoke true, I will find answers in the ruins.
攞翻個火把先，好暗，乜都睇唔到。呢度，開埋把鎖就係啦。
This must be it, the door to Aelfir's secrets.
密特拉斯神殿啊，呢度係。未離封嘅信件，呢個係阿弗烈嘅印記，係佢父親留低嘅枯枝。有個人自稱貧苦騎士。
I will send this to Hytham. He may make some sense of it.
OK， 呢封信咧係應該要攞俾阿海爾森，再幫我哋揾線索嘅。嗱，呢個像之前咧，我哋追殺阿符海嘅時候都見過㗎，就喺佢自己個密室嗰度。攞走呢個先。呢 呢邊咧？開門，再執起呢嚿嘢，行得。唔好嘥咗我個技能啊！因為我唔知一陣咧究竟會唔會有啲咩嘢要用到個技能，所以用呢個炸咗佢就最好啦。褪色嘅法令，一道世界法令寫下咗基督耶穌嘅第870年。
Everything they did was to undermine Alfred. She lied to me. There is nothing here of the order. I should see Alfred for my reward.
吓，咁簡單就走得？真係完全揾唔到其他嘢咯喎，咁走啦。嗱，好啦，翻到嚟舊大教堂啦，應該要揾阿芬列嘅，但係點解有咁多士兵喺度守住嘅咧？我會唔會一入去俾人攻擊㗎？利用完我哋就暗算我哋唔通？
Come forth, Eivor.
Here is far enough.
When wrongdoers came to devour my flesh, these enemies stumbled and fell.
Have the laws of hospitality been thrown out, Alfred? I did exactly as we agreed.
That you did. But do not mistake necessity for friendship.
You are a man of your word, a man of God.
Indeed. By his example, I live my life. Goodwin?
Here is the only silver fit for one of your dragon boats. A reminder of Christ's sacrifice and our charity.
我哋話要同阿佛烈王同重量銀喎。
This too I offer you. Live here among us in peace as a Christian, or die a pagan in a blood-soaked field. All you have to lose is life everlasting.
And if I choose neither?
He offers you hope, Eivor. A life of purpose, above and beyond this one. You'd be a fool to refuse.
Your reign will end, King of the West Saxons. Raven wings will beat until your throne crumbles to dust.
You were wrong, Goodwin. This one is beyond saving.
其實喺國王嘅立場，阿佛烈王就冇錯嘅，因為佢都係要守護自己嘅國家咋嘛，同埋佢都有履行佢嘅承諾，真係俾咗報酬俾我哋。
You had your chance, damn you!
I did not want it.
呢座城市已經有所警戒，一發現我哋就會發動攻擊。
Damn you, Alfred!
咁走啦，仲留喺度咩？嗱，好啦，同阿佛烈王嘅合作就嚟到呢度啦。 下集我諗咧，可能會有一場仗要同佢正式開戰嘅。不過維京人嘅命運注定咗一定係會輸，俾阿佛烈王趕出英格蘭㗎啦。今集就玩到嚟呢度先，中意嘅朋友記住 Like 同埋 Share 俾朋友一齊睇。我哋下集再見 ，Thank you， 拜拜。